What's going on, folks? Ted from Nerd Immersion here, and are you looking to make your games more mythic, have more epic and legendary tales to be told, more awesome character features that are in depth and tied into a grander story that can mesh all together to have the party have a very in depth and robust campaign? How about deadly monsters of epic level proportions to fight, whether they be CR 16 plus, Nemesis style creatures, or mythic monsters of truly mythic proportion, or maybe just some epic trials for your party to go through to gather power as they explore their mythical journey? Yes, I said myth a lot, but that's because we are talking about Exordium, Origin of Mythos, a new 5th edition campaign booster. I don't even know what you call a book, basically, that dropped today, and it was funded in basically 45 minutes from Aaron Chronicles. There's a lot of fantastic content here. We're going to go through everything. There's also a preview that we can take a look at. But basically, we have these 10 mythic paths. We'll talk about those. That's sort of the kind of what tie to some sort of, whether it be fairy or lich or what have you, your character is tied to, and it gives you certain abilities. There are feats. There are mythic trials your character can undergo to gain power as opposed to like gaining experience. You can build a legacy for your character and kind of truly build up the renown of them. We talked about the monsters, and then again, simple guidelines to kind of get you through, but basically you can beef up the entire campaign with just 4 simple steps. We have a variety of different testimonials here from folks that we've worked with in the past or folks that you maybe know. And when I read this Critical Role one, I laughed out loud so hard you have no idea. It says, "Hi, thanks for contacting us. We received your message and appreciate you reaching out." And I mean, you could tell the sense of humor from the team over at Aaron Chronicles. Oh my God, belly laugh for like a solid minute at that one. There is also early bird rewards here. So if you do back within the first 48 hours, which we are obviously in, you'll get your name permanently engraved within the pages of it as a, founder and have founder status. Also, you can see the art is phenomenal here as well. Here are our 10 different kind of mythic paths that you can go down. We can see them here. I'm not going to be able to pronounce this first one, but it's basically the fairy one here. We have the Colossus, which is sort of your hulking, tough guy. We have the Death Knight. We have a demon, kind of an angel, a Hellspawn, a sort of mythical, a jester, trickster type, a lich, a prophet, and then a warlord. There's again 5 different stories behind like how you get set on this path. There are the different mythic features and the trials you can undergo, and then we'll talk about what those are in just a second. And then if we scroll down, you can see a little bit about the legacy system and building renown. Here are those 4 simple steps to build any campaign, right? Determine the mythic path of the characters, weave their mythic trials together in an epic storyline, choose the mythic nemesis that shall imperil their journey, and then again, enjoy. So we also have, again, nemesis monsters here, which they all have lore and an origin, ideals, bonds, and flaws, aspirations, assets for them, and then again, lair actions, mythos, and then stat blocks that range anywhere from CR 16 all the way to 30. And some of them, like this dude here, Sigvald of the 100 Hands, it creeps me out. It's terrifying, right? I don't like it. Then we have Ulmarith the Observer, which is just this also kind of very creepy snake-looking thing. And then again, here's some mythic monsters. This is like a very terrifying Hydra-looking creature, which I don't want any part of that. And again, creating mythic monsters are steps to design on how to go about it. We can see stat blocks and things here. We talked about free playtest material. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the playtest, and we'll show you Mythic Heroes right off the bat. It says, right, becoming a mythic hero. In order for any character to become mythic, they must first gain access to a unique mythic power. This can be achieved through multiple events that occur throughout the course of a story or even be embedded into the backstory. Whenever such a plot is initiated, the character experiences a profound moment of ascension as they enter a mythic path and grow into something that sets them apart from the rest of the world. It also says, due to the lore-heavy importance of such an event, you really need to work with your DM on this, which is very important. There are, again, 5 sort of there's some key events here that may bestow a character. It lists a couple here: birthright, destiny, gift, inheritance, or relic. We're going to go with our first one here, which is our sort of Feywild themed one here, right? It says they are mortal who are imbued with mythic powers by the will of a member of the Seelie or Unseelie court in order to serve as a warden of their realms, a spear against their foes, or to perform a legendary deed for their sake that no mere fey or mortal could ever aspire to. Examples of significant events that might put you on this path are as follows. Again, we have a birthright, we have destiny, right? We have a gift, inheritance, and relic, right? So again, depending on the situation, different ways. And obviously, like I said, most of them are the same, but depending on the path you go on, the lore and flavor text around that will be different. Obviously, you can work with your DM to alter things as they see fit. So we have mythic ranks. This is once you attain mythic status, you gain the multiple abilities that allow you to wield the whimsical powers of the Fae, imbuing yourself with the essence of the anarchic realm. So first up here is, I guess it's Medan Strike. Every time you move or every time you have moved for at least 15 feet during your turn, you can use your momentum to gain the effects of the Blur spell until the start of your next turn or until you're hit by an attack. We can see here, second up, Fairy Heritage. You have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. Magic can't put you to sleep, and you know how to speak, read, and write Sylvan. You also know you also have two creature types, Fey and your previous type, meaning, you're humanoid potentially. Now you're also Fey. In addition, every time you succeed on a persuasion or deception check against another creature, you can cause it to fall under the effects of charm person. Every time you succeed on an intimidation check, you can cause it to fall under the effects of cause fear. I actually really like that. We see a lot of this basically persuasion kind of charming effects, but I've never seen like an intimidation also legitimately causing fear, which I like that quite a bit. It says you can use this feature a number of times equal to your mythic rank, and you regain all uses when you finish a long rest. And you can see there's more additional things as you level up here, these other abilities. Here's a Lich, another option for you. And we have the Prophet here as well. So we'll get into mythic talents. It talks about how to acquire them, right? They're only accessible by characters who possess mythic power. As a character's mythic rank increases, they gain a deeper understanding of their own mythic potential, allowing them to unlock and harness a mystic talent. And then it lists off a whole bunch of them here. Spellcasting related things. Again, you'll even see some that are tied to specific paths, like Shadow Plunge is tied to our fairy one here. As an action, you may enter the shadow of a willing creature, gaining full cover. As long as you remain within the creature's shadow, you move with it and share the creature's senses. You also gain the ability to telepathically communicate with that creature. You may exit its shadow at any moment. If the creature takes damage while you are in its shadow, you must get a concentration check, or a DC 10 or half the damage, or be forced out of the shadow. It's kind of showing you some options there for the different kind of talents you can gain. We talked a little bit here about legacy. Again, it's about renown and gaining fame and kind of what thresholds you have there. And then again, here's our terrifying villain that I just don't. He's like a weird, handsy, creepy Loki. I don't like it. It's unsettling to me. And then again, epic stat blocks here, right? Here's the Walker in the Wastes, a challenge rating 22 creature. We used to scroll down to get into the more of the mythic monsters here as well, which also absolutely fantastical art that we can see here. And that kind of gets us through our preview document. We'll jump back over here to what else we have. We have the Deck of Fates is available as an add-on. We also, again, will have options to get both PDF and physical. 24 euros will get you the PDF. 48 will get you the hardcover and the PDF. 115 is the all-in. That's going to get you the Deck of Fates. It's going to get you some stickers, bookmarks, a GM screen, this exclusive set of dice, and then again, the hardcover and the digital copy. And that seems to be all of the levels we have right now. Currently listed, it looks like February 2024 is the time frame for delivery on I think definitely on the PDF. It looks like the physical stuff is going to be looking for September of next year. Now I can tell you based on what I've already seen that it looks like the majority of a lot of the content has already been developed. So there's quite a bit to see, we'll move this over here. That was see if I can pull up some of the Mythic Trials. I just want to showcase some of those for you. But like I said, there is a large majority of the PDF already developed. So that does make me feel pretty confident that a February delivery timeframe for that is pretty reasonable. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull up the the alpha that we just had. Here it is. So let's go ahead and scroll down to some of those Mythic Trials we were talking about here. We want to get to... okay, Mythic Ranks, Mythic Flaws. All right, here is our fairy we were talking about here. We can see, again, all of our abilities. Now, here are some of the Mythic Trials. This is stuff I wanted to showcase, right? The trials required for this type of character to progress along their path and grow focus interacting with and performing for the courts, become entangled in resolving fables, as well as revering and protecting nature. So, right, Realm Warden here is rank 1. Proving your worth beyond any doubt to suspicious fae of an allied court is not an easy task. You need to strike at the rival court by neutralizing the passage that grants access to the material plane. This entails a dangerous journey through enchanted forest, mystic glades, or sinister shadow mists, and antagonizing the followers of the court, such as Mischievous, Eladrin of the Four Seasons, or other powerful fae. We're talking CR 10 plus. Then we also have this one over here. Here's another one that's also level 1. In the path of understanding and interacting with the Fae, few escape the fallacy of losing an important part of themselves. Employing the rules of the Feywild, where word is law, a Fae stole your name or shadow. Through clever arguments, heartfelt pleas, or even tricky bargains, you must convince the thief to relinquish their hold on what was once yours. Success in this trial results in the Fae recognizing you as an equal, though whether that is a good thing or a bad thing remains to be seen. So you can see there's a variety of these kinds of different things. These are the trials that you undergo to access whatever power you're looking to access. So we saw like the Death Knight here. Well, I think we even saw like the Lich, right? See, for the Death Knight, right? You are a living testament that what is good and moral in life can become twisted beyond recognition. Your undisputed power is a rare magic item in your possession. Once a tool of the light, you corrupt and unmade it in your image, a horrific reflection of what it once was. So taking some sort of good relic and turning it evil. And I really like just the implications with the roleplay concept of these trials. And so many of them are well thought out. And if you think about it, if you are one and every member of your party each is a different path, mythic path, that is a ton of variety and like just a playground for your DM to play with these trials and how to pick different things and really weave it all together into one grand story, maybe tied into one or multiple nemesis creatures that allows you to really explore a variety of different things. And one of the best things about all of this is none of it is necessarily tied to a specific campaign setting. Whether you want to play an existing campaign or in a homebrew of some kind, there's nothing stopping you from incorporating this in there. So let's talk about stretch goals here real quick. So first up here is the 20,000 stretch goal, which is the new path, the Dragon Slayer. So there's currently 10 paths. This will add a 11th path. A fearless hunter utilizes both expertise and legendary weaponry to overcome the ultimate predators of mortal kind, the dragons. And at 25, another new mythic path, the Wonder Maker, a devoted artisan who dedicates their life to creation. So we basically have a Dragon Slayer, which will probably have all sorts of cool mythic trials about killing dragons and using different kinds of weapons. And then again, we have sort of like an artificer, builder, Hephaestus type here. As far as add-ons go, for 25, we can get the Deck of Fates, an original deck of 16 tarot cards, along with a booklet of instructions that allow you to spread them in order to divine the mysteries of the future, past, and present. Again, we have the €10 sticker set. We have the bookmarks here. We have the GM screen for 20. We have the set of exclusive dice. I really do think one of the best bets is probably just the all-in combo here. Not this particular one, because that is, where is it? All-in tier, right? This is €115. You get basically everything. There is this one down here, Carve Your Saga. It's only for 2 backers. 2 backers, 8 out of 10. 8 left out of 10. This is basically, let's see. Coordinate with the team to create and immortalize your own character following one of the 10 mythic paths. They will be included in the book as one of the 10 legendary sagas and be ready to use in any mythic campaign. So if you back at the ultimate level, which is €1,000, you can basically craft your character within following one of the paths and basically have a whole saga written about them, which is pretty cool if you've got the money to spend for that and you want to do it. And there here again is a little bit about the team and the special kind of collaborators and works on the past. You'll recognize some of this stuff from the DM's Guild. A lot of this is obviously very high selling here as well. So yeah, there you go, folks. There'll be a link in the video description for Exordium Origin of Mythos. Again, a huge thank you to the team for sponsoring this video. I do think it is definitely worth your time if you're looking to have. I feel like this really fits if you want to have that epic mythology like story that you really. This is the kind of stories that I like to tell, or the kind of stories I aspire to tell in my campaigns, where my heroes and my party becomes sort of bigger than everything and are telling these sort of epic level tales. I enjoy that personally, but I have a huge background from childhood of loving mythology of all different kinds and all things of like that. So it really kind of resonates with me a lot. So this is definitely something that fits into my wheelhouse for sure. So if I were you, and if you like mythic stories and epic tales of epic proportions, I highly recommend you check out Exordium: Origin of Mythos. It's definitely going to be worth your time. And again, check out the preview. Take a look through it. There's a bunch of stuff I didn't cover in there that maybe you get a little bit of a better idea of some stuff you might want to take a look at. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.